Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe on our YouTube channel now. At Blind Community Thrift Store on YouTube, and more info about this radio reading service, Navalins, and the Blind Community Thrift Store at www.blindcommunitythriftstore.com. The Blind Community Thrift Store radio reading service will begin shortly. We will be reading local news from around the Southwest Missouri area, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. on YouTube, KSMU, and on the Audio Reader Network at Kansas University. For more information, please visit us at www.blindcommunitythriftstore.com. Please stay tuned as our broadcast will start soon. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe on our YouTube channel now. At Blind Community Thrift Store on YouTube, and more info about this radio reading service, Navalins, and the Blind Community Thrift Store at www.blindcommunitythriftstore.com. The Blind Community Thrift Store radio reading service will begin shortly. We will be reading local news from around the Southwest Missouri area, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. on YouTube, KSMU, and on the Audio Reader Network at Kansas University. For more information, please visit us at www.blindcommunitythriftstore.com. Please stay tuned as our broadcast will start soon. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe on our YouTube channel now. At Blind Community Thrift Store on YouTube, and more info about this radio reading service, Navalins, and the Blind Community Thrift Store at www.blindcommunitythriftstore.com. The Blind Community Thrift Store radio reading service will begin shortly. We will be reading local news from around the Southwest Missouri area, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. on YouTube, KSMU, and on the Audio Reader Network at Kansas University. For more information, please visit us at www.blindcommunitythriftstore.com. Please stay tuned as our broadcast will start soon. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe on our YouTube channel now. At Blind Community Thrift Store on YouTube, and more info about this radio reading service, Navalins, and the Blind Community Thrift Store at www.blindcommunitythriftstore.com. The Blind Community Thrift Store radio reading service will begin shortly. We will be reading local news from around the Southwest Missouri area, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. on YouTube, KSMU, and on the Audio Reader Network at Kansas University. For more information, please visit us at www.blindcommunitythriftstore.com. Please stay tuned as our broadcast will start soon. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe on our YouTube channel now. At Blind Community Thrift Store on YouTube, and more info about this radio reading service, Navalins, and the Blind Community Thrift Store at www.blindcommunitythriftstore.com. The Blind Community Thrift Store radio reading service will begin shortly. We will be reading local news from around the Southwest Missouri area, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. on YouTube, KSMU, and on the Audio Reader Network at Kansas University. For more information, please visit us at www.blindcommunitythriftstore.com. Please stay tuned as our broadcast will start soon. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe on our YouTube channel now.
What? Look at this.
Oh, the ads is glitching. It's okay. We don't have to read the ads. Alright, what's the name of your first article? It's the check a day?
No, actually it's severe storms.
Oh, with the weather?
Yeah.
The time is 10 a.m.
Okay. I can do that.
Alright. Thank you for tuning into the Blind Community Thrift Store radio reading service. My name is Savannah, and I'm here with Madison.
Hello.
We invite you to listen to our broadcast, both live and on demand. Our live sessions are available on the Blind Community Thrift Store YouTube channel. Monday to Friday, between 10 a.m. and 12 p.m. each week. Additionally, you can access on-demand content through the Audio Reader Network, which offers a wide range of audio materials for the visually impaired community. To explore content from the Audio Reader Network, please visit www.reader.ku.edu. The site provides details about accessing content via Amazon Alexa, Audio Reader Network mobile app, and information on receiving a radio to listen to the broadcast by KSMU Radio. All broadcasts are played over KSMU's subcarrier airwaves at 67 kHz on 91.1 from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. Contact Audio Reader Network for information on receiving a pre-programmed radio. And here's Madison.
Thank you, Savannah. First article of the day is from checkaday.com. Today is World Autism Awareness Day, also known as Light It Up Blue. The article says it was observed annually on April 2nd since 2008 and was founded by United Nations on November 1st, 2007. The article goes on to say, World Autism Awareness Day was first observed in 2008, having been created with the adoption of United Nations General Assembly Resolution, I know the numbers, but why does it say 62 slash?
I am unsure. Let's keep reading.
Resolution 62 slash 139. I don't know.
It's okay, just keep reading. It's okay.
The previous December. Anyway, continuing. The resolution was adopted in part to supplement previous human rights initiatives of the United Nations. It invited all member states, relevant organizations of the United Nations system and other international organizations, as well as civil society, including non-governmental organizations and the private sector, to observe World Autism Awareness Day in an appropriate manner in order to raise public awareness of autism. The resolution also encouraged member states to take measures to raise awareness throughout society, including at the family level, regarding children with autism. The goal of the day is also to highlight the need to improve the lives of those with autism by giving them whatever support they need so they can fully participate in society. It occurs during National Autism Awareness Month. Each year, the United Nations chooses a different theme for the day. Official events are held at the United Nations headquarters, but other events take place around the globe as well. Suzanne Wright, founder of Autism Speaks, helped to start the Light It Up Blue campaign, which is done in support of the day. Homes, public buildings, and landmarks are lit up in blue. Some noteworthy buildings that have shined blue on the day include the Empire State Building, the White House, Willis
Tower,
and the CN Tower. Autism, or autism spectrum disorder, or Asperger's syndrome.
Those are different things.
Autism in general is a lifelong neurological condition that
Encompasses
a broad range of conditions, including challenges with social skills, speech, and nonverbal communication, repetitive behaviors, intense interest in certain subjects, and non-standard ways of learning. I got it myself.
Do you want to keep reading?
It is sometimes accompanied by medical issues such as sleep disorders,
gastrointestinal
disorders, and seizures. Each person on the spectrum has unique strengths and challenges, with some people needing a lot of support and some very little. Some may even be able to live on their own. Autism is influenced by genetic and environmental factors. It occurs in all regions of the world and affects people of all genders, races, and
Socioeconomic.
statuses. In the United States, about 1 in 59 children are affected. Signs of the disorder usually emerge at the age of 2 to 3, and it may be diagnosed as early as 18 months. Today's holiday is important because a lack of understanding of the disorder around the world greatly affects families and communities, and additionally, early detection of autism and intervention can benefit those who have the disorder, and today's holiday may help increase early detection. And this is how you can observe World Autism Awareness Day. You can get involved with or donate to the Autism Society of America, or Autism Speaks. Wear anything that's blue, light up your home with blue lights, look for events taking place in your community, or organize an event in your community, or explore events that have taken place at the United Nations headquarters in the past years. That's it for that article. I'm autistic, so I know. Yeah.
From the Springfield Daily Citizen. April's first Friday Art Walk supports nonprofits with special shows. The article starts with a piece called Of Wisdom and Silence by Springfield artist Brandy Harris.
Ooh, that's pretty.
And it is a part of a group exhibition called Habitat. It is of a woman sitting beside an owl with her face right next to the owl's face. It is done in a blue, brown, and red palette, with the owl being mostly in the browns and reds, and the woman being in blues, browns, and tans.
Looks like a polygon / comic type of drawing.
It's very line art heavy.
Yeah.
2 stops along the April 3rd first. I apologize. 2 stops along the April 3rd First Friday Art Walk will display art for a cause, benefiting a pair of Springfield area's nonprofits. One of those stops gives patrons a chance to bid on beautifully decorated birdhouses. There are 15 venues participating in this month's Art Walk, a monthly effort in which galleries and businesses line up art-related events across downtown Springfield. Everyone is encouraged to walk around the neighborhood and pop into galleries and what organizers call a self-guided tour. Venues will be open for variable hours until 10 p.m. Obelisk House hosts 3 shows, 2 of them benefiting Habitat for Humanity. Obelisk Home, 214 West Phillips Street, Suite 101, presents its 20th annual birdhouse auction, benefiting Habitat for Humanity, and the opening reception of the Habitat group exhibition in the main gallery this month. Obelisk will be open from 6 to 10 p.m. for Art Walk. The article is broken up by one of these birdhouses. It looks to have a faux library on the side, as well as vines growing up into the entrance of the birdhouse.
Oh, even a little window. That's adorable.
Well, that's the entrance to the birdhouse.
Well, it looks like it would be a window / door to the bird.
Yes, it's going to be a door to the birdhouse for them to enter, and then the perch is a pencil, and there's a heart above the entrance.
And there's some reading on the roof.
Yes. On the roof, it looks to be, it looks to just be letters done on lined paper, red lined paper. Looks to be the alphabet. And it says, Kathleen Day designed this birdhouse for the Obelisk's Home 20th Annual Birdhouse Auction. And you can bid on the birdhouse during the Art Walk. Photo by Sam Evans. This year is particularly special and a bit sentimental, as it will be the final birdhouse auction we host, Sam Evans, gallery director for Obelisk Home, said. Local artists have generously donated their talent to create birdhouses for silent auctions. We have raised over $15,000 for Habitat for Humanity in the last 19 years.
Dang.
Bidding begins on April 3rd at 6 p.m. and ends at May 1st at 10 p.m. Bids can be placed silent auction style at Obelisk Home anytime during business hours, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Tuesday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Saturday. Or during the first Friday Art Walk in April and May. Want to post a bid remotely? Call Obelisk at 417-616-6488 or email sam@obeliskhome.com. Bidding updates will be posted weekly on Obelisk Gallery's Instagram page. Obelisk will donate 100% of the proceeds to Habitat for Humanity. Habitat, meanwhile, features work from 23 artists, and 20% of the proceeds for all artwork sold in the exhibition is donated to Habitat for Humanity. Habitat is the essential place where life can thrive, a concept that transcends species and connects us all, the exhibition statement reads. This exhibition explores the fundamental shared need for a safe and nurturing environment, whether it is a nest carefully woven into a high branch or...
My bad.
It's okay. A home built upon a firm foundation or even a supportive community. The exhibition connects to Habitat for Humanity's mission of bringing people together to build homes, communities, and hope. Art walkers can also explore Brad Noble's exhibition Witness in the lower level gallery.
I thought you were going to say Barnes and Nobles. Sorry.
Turn Blue. Draw attention to Child Abuse Prevention Month. The article is broken up by a preview photo of this exhibition that shows a hallway lit in blue lighting with a wall of submitted art pieces running down it. It looks to be about 23 different art pieces from different people. For the second year, the Springfield Regional Arts Council is collaborating with the Child Advocacy Center for True Blue Art for Advocacy in recognition of April's Child Abuse Prevention Month.
Hang on, I thought blue lights meant autism.
It can mean lots of things.
Nice.
Blue symbolizes trust, strength, and healing.
And creativity.
Yes, Madison, why don't you write it down instead?
Yeah, sorry.
Blue symbolizes trust, strength, and healing. Values at the core of the Child Advocacy Center mission to support children through the challenges of abuse and recovery, a media release said. The exhibition aims to bring awareness to this vital cause while uplifting the message of hope, resilience, and community spirit. The opening reception for True Blue Art for Advocacy runs from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. at the Creamery Arts Center, 411 North Sherman Parkway, and features live music from Hey Pam. Artists at Hotel Vandevort has an affinity for the 3 F's. Hotel Vandevort, 305 East Walnut Street, will feature artwork by Jenny Green in its lobby from 4:30 to 10 p.m. Green is a 2D artist specializing in serigraphy, a versatile stencil-based printmaking technique. She makes art full-time in our printmaking studio at New Moon Studio Space. Jenny enjoys all things 2D and has realized over time she has an affinity for the 3 F's: faces, flowers, and figures, a media release said. The article is broken up by a portrait picture of Jenny Green as she is facing the camera in a floral top. Green, a retired teacher as well as a mother and wife, grew up in Poplar Bluff, but has lived in Springfield for 30 years. MSU student visiting professor host shows. A Missouri State University student and visiting professor will both have art on display during the April 3rd First Friday Art Walk. JL Long Traders, 318 West Walnut Street, will feature a work from Drew Roberts, who is pursuing a master's in art education and a bachelor's in printmaking. Her work often focuses on her relationship with femininity and womanhood, the media release says. She explores these relationships using different creative processes, such as a blend of printmaking, fiber arts, and ceramics. JL Long Traders will be open until 9 p.m. for our walk. There is another photo that displays some of the style of Miss Drew Roberts. It looks to be a collage of belongings in green and black and white.
Collage? You mean like
A collage is a group of pictures put in a certain style or formation to make a point or express a express a point.
I was going to say abundance, but that means covered in.
I think we're talking about two different things. It's okay. Let me finish reading the article. This article is provided by the First Friday Art Walk. Dr. Bolaji Ogonwo gets the spotlight at the Jim D. Moore Center for International Programs, 301 South Jefferson Avenue. Rough Ideas will be open from 5 to 7 p.m., showcasing the rough ideas that have blossomed into the impasto-style artwork covering MSU's West Plains campus. Ogonwo's work has been collected by notable art enthusiasts and can be found in collections around the world, the media release said. He currently serves as a painting lecturer at the Department of Creative Arts, University of Lagos, Nigeria. Visitors to Rough Ideas will be able to try their hand at making their own artwork with a professional. 10 other venues are open for April's Art Walk. They are Brick City Gallery, 215 West Mill Street, Drury University Pool Arts Gallery, 940 North Clay Avenue, First and Calvary Presbyterian Church, 820 East Cherry Street, Formed, an artist collective, 210 East Walnut Street, Forming Art Studio, 330 South Avenue, Gailey's Breakfast Cafe, 220 East Walnut Street, Gilloy's Theater, 325 Park Central East, Ozarks Farm Stop, 401 South Avenue, Park Central Branch Library, 128 Park Central Square, Transformation Gallery and Tattoo, 330 East Walnut Street. For more information, visit the official First Friday Art Walk website or find First Friday Art Walk on Facebook. And that is the end of that article.
Next article. Things don't seem to look blue. Let's see, what is this one? Oh, this next article is from Ozarks First, and it says severe storms possible tonight. Additional waves of storms through Friday night. That's why I said things are not looking blue for the weather. This is by Jamie Warner. And this was posted on April 1st, 7:57 p.m., and then was updated at around 11:23 p.m. The article goes on to say, we are at the beginning of an extended stretch of active weather that will last through Friday night. Then there's a picture of most accurate forecast watches. It shows I can never get these ones right. Are they diagrams?
So it is a diagram of looks to be the Greene County area, and I apologize, of the Missouri area with all the counties that will be affected, which would be Vernon, Barton, Jasper, Lawrence, Dade, Cedar, St. Clair, Henry, Benton, Morgan, Hickory, and Polk.
That's where a tornado watch is
going
happening.
to take place.
There's another panel that has a yellow panel that says severe thunderstorm watch, but I don't see any yellow.
There is none on screen.
However, a warm front near central Missouri has been a focus for severe weather risk this morning. A tornado watch was posted for much of southwest Missouri through 1 a.m., but has been trimmed back to just west central Missouri.
The next diagram shows the path of the projected evening severe storms as they push east at late tonight. It doesn't seem to be that there is a high risk on screen, more enhanced and moderate.
And slight. Joplin is slight. Tulsa, no, not Tulsa. Did I say it right?
Tulsa?
Tulsa, not Tulsa. Tulsa is slight. Kansas City.
Yes, it's moving through west central Missouri as stated previously.
Right.
And there are three other diagrams that show this. They just are stills from the live broadcast.
Mm-hmm. But they're too tiny to read. The second focus for severe weather will come with a line of storms moving out of Kansas and Oklahoma late tonight. The line will tend to arrive after midnight, slowly pushing east. Damaging wind gusts are possible, along with a brief tornado risk. The risk for severe weather with these storms will be weighted near and west of I-49. Will be weighted near and west of I-49, with the storms expected to weaken as they push further east.
On the diagram, it shows a flood watch for Missouri in the very top upper west northwest corner, as well as the potential path of rainfall, which again is in the upper northwest corner, with light rainfall being through the rest of Missouri.
Meaning light blue is what's covering most of the map.
Yes, Madison, they can't see it, so that's why I'm describing what that means.
Yeah.
Do you want to keep reading?
Heavy rain will also be a concern with storms training across west central Missouri. Several inches of rain is possible, locally in excess of 4 inches. And a flood watch has been posted for that area for tonight into Thursday afternoon.
On Thursday, which is today, it's showing the pathway for what looks to be severe storms, with that being in the eastern side of Missouri. And it will be isolated afternoon storms.
A weakening band of rain and thunder will
Dissipate?
Thursday morning as it crosses Highway 65. Later in the afternoon, there could be some redevelopment east of Highway 65, isolated to widely scattered storms, and are expected to mature as they approach and move east of Highway 63. One or two of these storms could become severe with hail possible, along with a low tornado risk.
The first diagram shows what today's broadcast is, which is possibility for sun and rain in the majority of Missouri, with it being in the upper 70s and low 80s. And on Friday, it shows, again, sunny with storms in the lower 80s.
The pattern should quiet down some Thursday night into Friday night, outside of a view widely scattered showers and storms during that time frame.
The next graphic is for this weekend, which is Friday going into this weekend. There is chilly air coming in from the northern states.
It also says chilly air for Easter, so...
Yes, I was going to move on to say that it is most likely the storm they're trying to inform for Easter, so you can make your plans, that there's going to be severe storms possible through Friday night into the weekend, with it centralizing in the top of Missouri.
What's the huge L mean?
It's not labeled, so that's why I didn't bring it up.
Okay. Something that we saw in the diagram, but anyway, an approaching cold front will bring the next wave of widespread thunderstorm activity by late afternoon Friday into Friday evening, and damaging winds and spotty hail will be possible, along with a limited risk, not Reese.
It's okay.
A limited risk for a brief tornado. Storms will be on the way out by Saturday morning, and so will the spring warmth. Chillier weather will settle in with afternoon highs into the 50s as clouds slowly thin out.
The weekend forecast has Friday being mainly overnight thunder with a high of 80 and a low of 63. Saturday, early rain and afternoon sun with a high of 57, a low of 47. And Sunday is labeled Beautiful Easter Sunday with a high of 60 and a low of 36.
As Savannah mentioned before, Easter Sunday is shaping up to be fantastic. A cold morning will give way to a comfortably cool afternoon, and sunny skies will push afternoon temperatures near to the 60s. Milder weather will return quickly early next year. Not next year, I meant next week.
It's okay.
I meant next week, with a gradual warming trend throughout the week. The week as a whole looks quiet, but another stormy another stormy spell may develop as we head into the following weekend.
And that's it for that article. From the Springfield News-Leader, Honor Flight of the Ozarks sets first 2026 mission for April. Article by Janice Reeser. Honor Flight of the Ozarks has scheduled its first mission of 2026 for April 22nd. The organization will conduct 3 missions in 2026, with additional flights planned for July 7th and October 21st. According to a community announcement, the trips provide veterans from Southwest Missouri and Northwest Arkansas with an all-expense-paid trip to Washington, D.C. to visit memorials built in their honor. Flights will depart early in the morning from Springfield Branson National Airport and return later that same evening. Key stops during the trip. During their visit to the nation's capital, veterans will tour the World War II Memorial, Korean War Veterans Memorial, and Vietnam Veterans Memorial, all located near the Lincoln Memorial. Other stops include the Marine Corps War Memorial and Arlington National Cemetery. At Arlington National Cemetery, participants will witness the changing of the guard at the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. In 2024, honored flights of the Ozarks took part in a wreath-laying ceremony at the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. This organization will have the honor again during the October 21st mission. Area veterans can apply online. Since its inception in 2014, Honor Flight of the Ozarks has provided 2,207 veterans with what it calls One More Mission with Honor to Washington, D.C. In 2025, 238 veterans took part in the experience. Eligible veterans in Southwest Missouri and Northwest Arkansas are encouraged to contact Honor Flight of the Ozarks. There is no cost for veterans who qualify. For more information, call Honor Flight of the Ozarks at 417-268-9052 or visit honorflightoftheozarks.org. And that is the end of that article.
All right, next article is from Springfield Daily Citizen. To any Gen Xers who are watching, you're going to love this one. 80s pop hits to be featured at Springfield Art Museum's Pops in the Park concert. And this is by Jeff Kessinger. Jeff Kessinger?
Yeah.
Jeff Kessinger. The article goes on to show a picture of a crowd outside. The sun is setting.
A crowd outside from the looks to be the Pops in the Park 2025.
And it says a crowd of more than 4,000 people gathering at Phelps Grove Park And it says the second installment of the event is scheduled for June 20th. And this photo was taken by Springfield Art Museum.
It's a crowd of people sitting in fold-out chairs as they watch people perform on a stage in Phelps Park.
Looks like something you would see at a state fair.
Here, how about you keep reading?
Yeah. Exactly 1 year after announcing the
Inaugural.
edition of Pops in the Park, officials with the Springfield Art Museum and sponsor Guarantee Bank on March 31st announced plans for year 2. It just doesn't sound right.
It's okay, just keep reading.
This year's outdoor symphonic rock concert is set for 7 p.m. on June 20th at Phelps Grove Park. The event is free and open to the public. Seating begins at 6 p.m. and concert goers are invited to bring their own blankets and lawn chairs. While last year's show paid tribute to the music of Billy Joel and Elton John, the 2026 concert will focus on a decade's worth of hits. We'll celebrate the iconic pop hits of the 1980s. Guarantee Bank CEO Monty McNew said at a press conference. You'll hear favorites like Aha, Wham, Run DMC, The Bangles, Journey, and many more, all performed on a 40-foot outdoor stage under the summer sky. Wham will be there. Nice. The concert's featured artist is once again the long-running band Jeans and Classics, collaborating with members of the Springfield Symphony Orchestra. The article goes on to say another title. It says, first year of Pops in the Park, quote, exceeded all expectations. And it shows Guarantee Bank CEO Monty McNew on the left and Springfield Art Museum Executive Director Nick Nelson on the right as they're unveiling the theme for 2026 Pops in the Park concert at a press conference on March 31st. And this was taken by Jeff Kissinger. Like I said before, they're both standing in front of the camera. Monty McNew has a microphone in his hand, and Nick Nelson seems to be unraveling a blanket.
Or pulling
a blanket off a sign that has the Guarantee Bank logo and a title in 80s lettering that says Pops in the Park, 80s hits, and then it shows the band names such as Journey, Aha, and Wham. Oh, and Cyndi Lauper too.
Keep reading.
Oh, and Blondie. Nice, lots. Nick Nelson, executive director of the Springfield Art Museum, said last year's event exceeded all expectations with an estimated crowd of more than 4,000 people. So that's the picture that I was referring to. We saw groups of friends, spread out picnic dinners, families jumping into yard games, and one of my favorite moments, crowds of people in their decorated Elton John sunglasses enjoying the music as the sun set, Nelson said. It was joyful, welcoming, and full of the community spirit. That turnout told us that that events like this matter to Springfield, that people are hungry for shared cultural experiences, and the enthusiasm for our community is exactly why we can't wait to bring back Guarantee Bank Pops in the park. Meanwhile, McNew said it was thrilling to see the original vision of creating an accessible, high-quality cultural experience that brings people together in one of the city's most beautiful parks come to life. This year, we're excited to build on what we created last year. Great music, family-friendly fun, and an experience designed for all ages, he said. We look forward to this becoming a long-lasting Springfield tradition, a summer gathering our community enjoys year after year. About the musicians, it shows who some, like, I can't just say it's any singer.
It features the Springfield Symphony Orchestra in the background and the Canadian band Jeans and Classics, including singer Gene Mellar, as he is singing into the microphone.
Okay. This photo was by Jeans and Classics. Peter
Bonanz.
Jeans and Classics is by now a familiar collaborator with the Springfield Symphony Orchestra, and the two groups have teamed up several times for the orchestra's gala fundraiser, according to Kyle Wiley Pickett, a music director and conductor with the Springfield Symphony Orchestra. This will be their second Pops in the Park collaboration. Jeans and Classics has blended rock musicians with symphonies for nearly 30 years. With some 1,000 original orchestrations and 45 productions, Jeans and Classics brings fresh interpretations to rock and pop songs, and the group has performed with more than 100 orchestras in a variety of venues. The Springfield Symphony Orchestra is Southwest Missouri's largest regional professional orchestra and is one of the oldest arts organizations in Springfield. It was founded in 1934. Every season, the orchestra performs 9 monthly subscription concerts, 3 free community concerts, and offers education and outreach programming. You want to go? I want to go. Well, if anybody watching this wants to go, once again, it's at it's called Pops in the Park, benefiting the Springfield Art Museum. The time when it will start will be at 7 p.m. Saturday, June 20th. Seating will begin at 6 p.m., where it will be located at Phelps Grove Park, 950 East Bennett Street. Admission free and is open to the public, including free parking and free shuttle services will be available. And for more information, you can even visit the Springfield Art Museum website. That's it for that article. I definitely want to go there. That sounds cool.
From the Springfield Daily Citizen, Answerman. Reader says he went to the park to play tennis, but the courts were gone. Written by Steve Pokin. There is a picture of Ewing Park. It's okay. There is a picture of Ewing Park from a distance, provided by Steve Pokin. Answerman. I'm an old guy who likes to play tennis. I went over to Ewing Park, as I have for decades, to play some tennis, and the courts were gone. They were replaced by a nice seated area. Why? Bill Spruance of Springfield. I contacted Jenny Filmer Edwards, spokesperson for the Springfield Greene County Park Board. Here's what she had to say. Due to age and ground conditions, the Ewing Park tennis courts were in very poor condition. Over time, the ground beneath them had settled, leaving an uneven playing surface, cracks in the court, and several spots where water had pooled and degraded the court. The Park Board deemed the courts unsafe and approved their removal in July 2025. They and their lights were removed in mid-February. 3 courts were at the northwest corner of the Ewing Park and Sports Complex, which is at 1400 South Scenic Avenue. The plan is to reseed the ground and convert it to turf, Edward tells me. The Ewing tennis courts were underutilized compared to other courts, and the Park Board does not currently have plans to replace them, Edward said. There are 14 other parks with free outdoor tennis courts, including Nicholas, Westport, Zagani, Grant Beach, and Phelps Grove Perry tennis courts, which are all fewer than 5 miles from Ewing. This spring, the Park Board is resealing the courts at Gillen Water Tennis Complex, the Perry Courts, and 8 outdoor courts at Cooper Tennis Complex. These 3 locations are our busiest for outdoor tennis. We also have 12 indoor courts at Cooper Tennis Complex. And that is the end of that article.
Um, once again from Springfield Daily Once again from Springfield Daily Citizen. Um, it's from Nixa, and it says Qdoba to open first Nixa location this spring. And there's not a quote, but a statement underneath the title that says the company that operates 4 Qdoba restaurants in Springfield is breaking into the Christian County market. And this was by Zoe
McIntyre.
Okay. First off, the article shows a picture of Qdoba from the outside, and there's 2 white lampposts on each side of the building. There's not really much to say.
So it's just the entrance to the Qdoba Mexican Eats restaurant with the sign at the very top. Windows with no signs across them, and as Madison described, 2 lampposts up front.
There's not even an open sign.
It's okay. They might not be open yet. Let's keep reading to find out.
Yeah. All right. It says Christian County's first Qdoba is being developed at 830 West MT. MT dot is Mountain, right?
Yes, Mount Vernon.
Mount Vernon Street, and this photo was taken once again by Zoe McIntyre. Christian County's first Qdoba, like I said before, is opening in Nixa this spring, according to a spokesperson for the company. The city issued a building permit for owner Jared Commercial and Management to develop the restaurant at 830 West Mountain Vernon Street in January of 2026. Qdoba spokesperson Paige McLaughlin right here.
McLaughlin?
Yeah. Stated that the operator for the Nixa store is John Ghirardelli, owner of the Burrito Concepts LL franchise. The company opened its first Qdoba in Springfield on Kansas Expressway in 2004, according to the company website. I was 1.
It's okay. Let's keep reading. Not relevant.
Dang.
Ghirardelli?
Ghirardelli operates all 4 Springfield Qdoba locations in addition to restaurants in Joplin, Branson, Arkansas, and Oklahoma. And the Nixa location will employ about 20 staff members. And the article ends with an official opening date for the fast casual Mexican restaurant has not been announced. Oh. 2004. Yeesh.
From the Springfield News-Leader. Springfield Library names new leaders for facilities and outreach. Article by Janice Reeser. The Springfield Greene County Library District has announced 2 new leadership appointments. John Bledsoe is the new Director of Buildings and Grounds, and Janine Feld is the new Outreach Manager. Both have recently started their roles according to a community announcement. Bledsoe will oversee the maintenance, operations, and management of the library facilities and outdoor spaces. He brings 35 years of construction experience, most recently with Bronco Enterprises Incorporated.
Oh,
Birkenfield.
I'm accidentally on the same article as you. Hang on. Continue.
Okay.
Sorry. I was on the same article as you. I'm like,
It's okay. We can just X out the article next time.
yeah, I did. Anyway.
Barkensfield, who has been with the library district for more than 20 years, will develop and execute outreach programs, engage with the community leaders, and manage initiatives to enhance the library's visibility and impact. She previously served as the Youth Services Department Manager at the Schweitzer Brentwood Branch Library and has a master's degree in library science from Texas Women's University. There is a portrait photo of John Bledsoe provided by Springfield Greene County Library District. He is wearing a light blue shirt as he smiles at the camera inside one of the library locations. There is another photo of Janine Bergensfield, also in a portrait style, with her wearing a cream cardigan over a white shirt and smiling at the camera, also inside of the library. Both bring a wealth of knowledge and experience. John and Janine bring a wealth of knowledge and experience to their positions, Executive Director Ed Walton said in the announcement. They'll provide strong leadership and innovative ideas to the library district, and we look forward to working alongside them as we serve the community. The Springfield Greene County Library District operates 10 branches serving Greene County. For more information, contact Community Relations Director Vicki Hicks at 417-616-05604. I apologize, 0564, or Vicki H at thelibrary.org. And that is the end of that article. You want to read whichever one's next?
Once again, yes, you guessed it, from Springfield Daily Citizen. Ozarks' new Chadwick Flyer Trail overpass opens for pedestrians. The overpass follows the original alignment of the Chadwick Flyer Railway. And Zoe McIntyre published this article. The article first starts with a picture and showing a pedestrian walking across the bridge as it seems to be fully constructed, neatly paved. A pedestrian enjoys a stroll in the late afternoon on the Chadwick Flyer Bridge, and this photo was taken by Ellie Frystack. The pedestrian seems to be in his mid-teens-ish, 15, maybe 17.
Yes, a younger pedestrian.
And he's wearing a white shirt with like gray with a gray stripe design, and I can't see what the bottom design is, but it says the word encourager above.
He's wearing a t-shirt with white and gray patterns on it.
That says encourager above.
Mm-hmm.
But again, I can't see what is beyond that.
It's okay. You want to keep reading?
Anyways, Ozarks' new landmark pedestrian overpass, part of the Chadwick Flyer Trail, opened for visitors on April 1st. The bridge connects multiple completed portions of the trail, bringing the total distance of walkable trails in Ozarks up to 7.4 miles, according to Director of Public Works, Jeremy Parsons. That's a big section of trail, he said. People can now walk or bicycle continuously from downtown Ozark to the oldie or just old?
Old World Estates.
But there's an E.
It's okay. It's just a different spelling of old.
I got it. Neighborhood. What she said, a neighborhood near Route CC. The overpass will cross Highway 65 about 1 mile north of the Jackson Street / Route 14 interchange. When Ozark city leaders first began discussing a city-wide trail system in 2017, getting across the highway was one of the major obstacles. Below the article, there's a fast-paced time-lapse of the bridge getting built, as there's cars zooming down the highway and it's nighttime.
That's it?
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Ozark budgeted $5.4 million to complete the overpass, according to previous reporting from the Daily Citizen. Parsons stated that at least 80% of the Chadwick Flyer Trail project in the Ozark is federally funded with the Ozarks Transportation Organization, or OTO, working with the city to secure grants. The city collaborated with MO Dot, MO Dot, Missouri State Highway Patrol, and Ozark Police to stop southbound traffic on Highway 65 for about 12 minutes when a crew placed the first half of the bridge in November of 2025. Each truss, TRUSS,
Yes, each truss.
of the bridge weighed 26 tons. It shows a
There is a photo of the bridge from the highway view of it saying City of Ozark.
It says the pedestrian overpass on Highway 65 will connect the Chadwick Flyer Trail as a 12-mile-long path between Springfield and Ozark, and this photo was taken by Ellie Freistack. It was like an orchestra, Parsons said. It went really, really smoothly. There's still a few finishing touch-ups needed on the signage and directive sighting. Trail users should expect short, intermittent closures on the overpass this spring as the city completes this work. Now there's a quote that says, "I can't emphasize
Regionalism.
enough. The Chadwick Flyer Trail is based on the alignment of a historic railway that connected Chadwick to Springfield. Parsons says the pedestrian overpass is not placed completely
Perpendicular.
to the highway, but is on a skewed angle because the trail planners wanted to, quote, respect the initial alignment of the Chadwick Flyer. Organizations like OTO and Ozark Greenways are working with Ozark and Springfield to complete the Chadwick Flyer Trail with the goal of someday linking the two cities with a multi-modal MODAL
Yes, you got it.
transportation route.
Doing great.
There is now a photo, once again taken by Ellie Freistack, and it's showing a bicyclist enjoying a ride on the new Chadwick Flyer Bridge. Parsons said that behind the scenes, Ozark has made tremendous strides in its work with Springfield to identify the exact alignment of the trail and some placemaking amenities that could be developed along the way. There's that quote again. He says, "I can't emphasize regionalism enough." Ozark is currently working to, quote, ungap the walkable area around the Jackson Street Bridge and finish a trail that will connect Finley River Park to Garrison Springs Community Forest. You know, you call in the middle of a song a bridge. Get it?
That is true. That's correct. All right. From the Springfield Daily Citizen, Ozark School Board candidates offer a variety of careers experience. Voters will choose 3 candidates to fill open seats. Article written by Joe Hadsall. The article opens with a photo of the Ozark Schools District office. It is the front door with a tree in view as well as the Ozark Tiger logo. Photo provided by Shannon Kay. The candidates running for school board in Ozark School District bring a wide variety of experience. Among the region's larger school districts, only Ozark will have a contested school board election in April. In Springfield and other surrounding districts, the number of candidates matches the number of seats up for election. 5 candidates have filed to run for 3 open seats on the Ozark School District Board of Education. All 3 of the board's incumbents seek their seat again. Incumbent Amber Bryant, current president of the board and first elected in 2023, she works as an employee service director for Christian County. Incumbent Matthew Grocock, who was appointed to the board in 2025. He's an attorney and president of PMA Holdings LLC. Incumbent Christina Tonsing, a math teacher at the high school and college levels. She was first elected in 2023. Newcomer Cindy Baker, a licensed professional counselor with Touchstone Counseling. Newcomer Patrick Sullivan, a math professor at Missouri State University. The election will be held on April 7th. Amber Bryant, current president of the board and first elected in 2023, works as employee service director for Christian County. She earned a bachelor's degree from Missouri Southern State University. Her experience working for the county gives her an edge for the job of board member, she said. I know what it's like to manage taxpayer money, answer to an elected board, write policy, and follow sunshine laws, Bryant said. That gives me a unique perspective. She said the biggest issue facing the school district occurs outside its borders. Changing policies at the state level threaten funding that the district receives. In facing these challenges, I will keep students and staff at the center of every decision, letting their needs guide my approach on the board. I will also continue to advocate directly with our state elected officials, helping them understand how their actions impact our schools and the students we serve. There is a photo of Amber Bryant as she is standing in front of a brick wall facing the camera with short hair and a red necklace. Matthew Grocock, who was appointed to the board in 2025, is an attorney and president of the investment company PMA Holdings LLC. He's also treasurer for the Ozarks Fire Protection's District Board of Directors. His legal knowledge is his top quality to offer for the school board. He said, in my current position, I manage multiple companies that combined have had over 400 employees and a very extensive budget, Grocock says. I believe those management and budget skills will be an asset to the team in making operational and financial decisions. Finally, I have extensive knowledge and experience not only serving on not-for-profit boards, but also representing boards and governmental entities. There is a photo of Matthew Grocock standing in front of a red background with a black and white suit and a red tie. The biggest problem facing the district is funding for public education, he said. If SB 3 is found to be unconstitutional, he still foresees continued attempts to reduce the funding. One way to address the issue is to continue to communicate with and educate our state legislators, Grocock says. Additionally, we need to be creative in designing a plan to adjust to the new funding levels, while trying to provide the same high quality of service currently being provided to the students, faculty, and staff of the district. Christina Tonsing, a current board member, taught math for 28 years at various levels, including 7 years at Glendale High School and 21 years as an adjunct professor at Missouri State, Ozarks Tech, and Evangel. She earned a bachelor's degree in math education and a master's in math from Missouri State. Despite her years in education, Tonsing said her greatest qualifier for board service is a firm commitment to representative government. State law prescribes school board members' roles as directors, who provide oversight and accountability rather than applause and marketing, Tonsing said. I am naturally inquisitive in analyzing information and its foundation. Therefore, I require facts to be convinced. State law protects taxpayers' right to know the facts and reasoning behind their district's decision-making, and their right to influence those decisions is exerted through their elected representatives. There's a photo of Christina Tonsing in a blue jean shirt, facing the camera, smiling. She said the biggest issue facing the district is letting problems go unsolved. A range of issues from bullying to abuse of power can be addressed by that, she said. I propose that the challenging issues share at least one root cause: lack of oversight to keep the offender on course, she said. Each of us, from students to superintendent, including board members, need input from others in various levels and layers of the organization to steer us toward the best decisions and away from unseen obstacles. Cindy Baker, who is seeking her first term on the board, is a licensed professional counseling with Touchstone Counseling, who has founded several other consultancy firms related to mental health. She is a published researcher and has served as an expert witness and advocate for children in Missouri courts. A variety of accolades and selections make her case for why voters should choose her. She serves on the Missouri Board of Professional Counselors thanks to an appointment from Governor Mike Parson, and was named by former prosecutor Ron Kleek in 2010 for induction in the Victims Memorial Garden at Phelps Grove Park in Springfield. There is a close-up shot of Cindy Baker as she faces the camera and smiles. I feel it imperative that a clear understanding of potential obstacles to a student's ability to feel safe must begin in our schools. Baker said, I fully respect our school mental health professionals and their quest to care for their unseen wounds and obstacles impacting our students' lives. As a school board member, I can offer insight into best practices to creating a healthy and safe educational environment for student learners. Like other candidates, Baker sees uncertainty in funding as the district's biggest threat. Currently, legislation threatens future funding. Continued growth in our community impacts the need for additional classrooms and teachers. An increase in students also increases the necessary resources to accommodate successful learning, Baker said. With uncertainty, it makes it difficult for schools to plan for teachers to feel safe and supported, and for consistent learning environments to be available to our students. Patrick Sullivan. Sullivan, seeking his first term on the board, is a math professor at Missouri State University since 2014. A former chief education officer for Grace Prep High School, a small Christian school in State College, Pennsylvania. He earned a bachelor's in curriculum and instruction and a master's in teaching and leadership from the University of Kansas. He also earned a doctorate in curriculum instruction from Penn State. His experience with education at every angle gives him an advantage serving the board, he said. Over the last 35 years, he has worked as a school administrator, department leader, and teacher. Grace Prep was recognized among the top 1% of private schools in the state, Sullivan said. In that role, I wasn't just teaching. I was responsible for budgeting, hiring teachers, recruiting families, and working directly with parents and the community. That experience taught me something important. Strong schools are built by listening, bringing people together, and making decisions that serve all students, not just loudest voices. There is a photo of Patrick Sullivan as he wears a blue shirt and a black tie and smiles at the camera. Education funding is his chief concern affecting the Ozark district, he said, especially state initiatives that redirect money from private schools into public schools into private or charter schools. Every dollar that leaves the district is a dollar that no longer supports the teachers, programs, and opportunities that serve the vast majority of students in our community, Sullivan says. My belief is strong. Strong communities are built on strong public schools. Ozark is well positioned to meet this challenge because of the incredible opportunities we already provide students. Different approaches to property tax measures. In addition to school board members, Christian County voters will also consider a property tax freeze on April 7th. The state has required Christian and 21 other counties to put a cap on property tax increases to its voters, also known as SB 3. The law may be stricken down, but not before voters have a say. Several taxing entities, including the Ozark School District, have expressed concern over the measure. 4 of the 5 candidates expressed concern over what SB 3 and other similar property tax reductions could do. Bryant noted the measure's lack of replacing lost funding and the inequality created against other counties. While I understand the desire to reduce taxes, I would feel more comfortable if there was a clear, detailed plan for how we'll make up the lost revenue, Bryant said. Additionally, any reduction should be constitutional and applied fairly across the board. If passed, Senate Bill 3 would freeze property taxes in Christian County, but does not apply to our other neighboring counties, which creates an unfair and unlevel playing field. Grocock also expressed concerns about replacing lost revenue. I'm opposed to any reduction in funding for public education, Grocock said. While I'm not opposed to a reduction in property tax, there has to be a plan to replace the funding the school district and other important services will be deprived of. Tonsing said that if voters call for a reduced amount of money, the district must make do. Just as our citizens are trimming spending to fit their own shrinking budgets, school districts must simply do likewise and adjust to that predicted 2% reduction in residential property taxes, Tonsing said. I'm fully confident that the intelligent, creative, dedicated professionals leading our district can and will find innovative ways to successfully maneuver the difficulty of having a smaller increase than the normal 3 to 8% boost. Baker said that reducing property taxes creates uncertainty and ultimately instability for the school's operations. I cannot support using a crystal ball approach when investing in our children's future, Baker said. School must have funding to maintain quality teachers. When there's instability in funding, student support services are among the first to be diluted or erased. Classroom sizes increase, and we open the door for teacher burnout and attrition. Sullivan said the attraction of lower taxes comes with distressing trade-offs, noting the Ozarks school districts receive much of its budget from property taxes. If current proposals move forward, Ozark could lose an estimated $2.5 million, Sullivan said. That kind of loss doesn't happen on paper. It affects real things: teachers, student programs, and opportunities for kids. I believe our community expects strong schools that prepare students for the future. Before reducing a major funding source, we must ensure we are not undermining the quality of education our students deserve. All right, Madison, do you want to read the...
You can read it.
Thank you for listening to the Blind Community Thrift Store radio reading service. Come by and see us in person with daily deals at 2713 North Kansas Expressway in Springfield, Missouri. Veterans receive a 25% discount every day, providing significant savings as a token of appreciation for their service. Additionally, the store features a weekly clothing sale where all clothing items are available at 50% off every Wednesday. Seniors aged 55 and older benefit from a 25% discount every Tuesday, making shopping more affordable for the senior community. All right, Madison, next article.
Next article is kind of a part 2 to what Savannah.
Oh, this was already read yesterday.
Oh, it was?
Mm-hmm. How about we go with what we already had up there?
Would this one work?
Yeah.
All right. Scratch that. I found a new article to read. It's from SBJ Magazine. Let's see. The article starts with a picture. I can never explain pictures right.
It's okay. It is a film crew shown to be working on Dust to Malibu in Springfield as of late 2024. They're working in front of a house on a street.
As Savannah previously mentioned, they're shown to be working on Dust to Malibu, but this article says Dust to Malibu to premiere at Route 66 event. And this was posted by the SBJ staff. Dust to Malibu is a feature film shot largely in Springfield and is slated to premiere in May as part of the National Route 66
Centennial
kickoff celebration. The movie is scheduled to debut in May 3rd at Moxie Cinema with a red carpet entrance, according to a news release. I came back to my roots to film Dust to Malibu because I wanted to nostalgically put on film some of my memories of the beautiful places I knew, the beautiful places I grew up knowing, said Shelley Gibson, the Springfield native and actor who brought the film to the city in the release. She goes on to say, I was also confident with the help of people like Beth Doman from Springfield Little Theater and the Ozarks Film Foundry that I could employ and showcase local talent and make a lovely quality film. When you see Dust to Malibu, you will see the cast and crew easily hold their work. The crew easily hold their own working alongside seasoned film industry professionals. Gibson additionally pointed to Missouri tax
incentives
for filming in the state. Springfield locations in Dust to Malibu include the College Street Cafe, the Best Western Route 66 Real Haven, and Rockwood Motor Court, and product placements include Andy's frozen custard and
Askinosi.
chocolate, according to the release.
How about you just hold it instead of tapping it?
According to past Springfield Business Journal reporting, Dust to Malibu is classified by the Screen Actors Guide as a moderate low budget film, which pegs its budget at $300,000 to $700,000. As for local investment from filming was approximately $160,000. Did I do it right?
Mm-hmm.
The lead actors of the film are Tim Daly and Alex
Skimbody.
An invitation-only sneak peek for Dust to Malibu was held on December 5th of 2025 at the Landers Theater, according to a past reporting. The National Route 66
Centennial.
kickoff celebration is additionally is scheduled to include an April 30th concert at Great Southern Bank Arena featuring Little Big Town, Chris Jansen, Gary LeVox of Rascal Flatts, Gretchen Wilson, Ozark Mountain Daredevils, and the Haygoods from Branson. Also on April 30th, the Today Show will broadcast its third hour from downtown Springfield with hosts Al Rocker, Dylan Dreyer, and Craig Melvin, according to a past reporting.
And that's the end of that article.
Yeah.
From the Springfield Business Journal, OMB Bank taps new president. There is a photo of Jeff Palmer as he faces the camera in a gray and blue suit. OMB Bank has promoted company executive Jeff Palmer to president. Palmer, who previously served as executive vice president and chief financial officer, will keep his CFO title in addition to the presidential role, according to a news release. Company founder Mark Harrington will remain CEO. Palmer's promotion is effective March 27th. There's a photo of Mark Harrington in a navy blue suit with a white shirt as he smiles at the camera. We have a strong team and a clear mission, Palmer said in the release. I'm grateful for the opportunity to take on this role and continue working alongside our employees to serve our customers and support our communities that we have always cared so deeply about. Palmer has been a part of OMB's bank leadership team since joining the company in 2019, and he has more than 2 decades of community banking and financial management experience. His career of experience includes more than a decade at Stockman's Bank. As president and CFO of OMB Bank, Palmer will lead the company's day-to-day operations as well as its financial strategy and accounting responsibilities. Harrington said in the release that he would remain actively involved in the company. I want to be clear that I have no plans to retire, he said in the release. I remain fully engaged as CEO and will continue to lead our long-term strategy, work closely with our leadership team, and stay actively involved in the direction and performance of the bank. This transition allows me to stay focused on that work while Jeff takes on a larger role in the day-to-day leadership of the bank. OMB Bank has 10 branches in Southwest Missouri and the greater Kansas City metropolitan area, according to the release. The company ranked number 4 on the Springfield Business Journal's 2025 list of the area's largest banks and savings banks, published September 29th. OMB had roughly $1.4 billion in Springfield metropolitan statistical area deposits as of June 30th, 2025, representing 8.1% of the market share.
Speaking of voting, next article is by SBJ Magazine, once again.
I didn't say anything about voting.
From the last article I was about to read was about voting, but then someone else read it, so.
Okay.
Anyway, the article starts with a picture of the famous Hotel of Horror.
Hotel of Terror.
What'd I say?
You said it before. It's okay. It's Hotel
I meant
Terror.
Hotel of Terror, as it's sitting all by itself with nobody in there. All the windows are boarded up.
So the windows aren't boarded up. They are blocked for the haunted house aspect. It is sitting on the street. This is just a front view of the haunted house with its logo clear in sight.
I heard it did really good, like really scary good.
Well, how about we keep reading?
Hotel of Terror has been in operation in downtown Springfield for nearly 5 decades? What?
How about we keep reading that?
Let's just say I didn't say that. Anyway, voters, the title, the real title, voters to decide fate of Hotel of Terror, city residents to determine eminent domain issue. And this was posted by Karen Crago, a reporter. On August 4th, voters will decide whether the city will be allowed to legally seize the downtown haunted attraction Hotel of Terror to make way for a bridge replacement. Springfield City Council on March 23rd weighed 2 options for moving forward with plans for the commercial property at 334 North Main Avenue with one measure that would what's that word?
Rescind.
Okay. Council's December 15th of 2025 ordinance to acquire the property via eminent domain, and the other to send the issue to a citywide vote. The body
Where are we looking?
opt,
The body opted.
whatever that means,
Keep going.
for the latter option with unanimous, is that a word?
Yeah, unanimous.
With a unanimous 9-0 rejection of the ordinance to resign.
Where am I looking? Rescind.
Followed by unanimous passage of the ordinance to put the matter to a citywide vote. I just said city vote like twice.
It's okay. Keep going.
The Hotel of Terror, established in 1978 with custom-built scare features within a 1910s era hotel, and is located
Adjacent.
to a Main Avenue bridge that has been rated poor by the Missouri Department of Transportation, which recommends its replacement. City officials maintain that the bridge cannot be replaced without moving the building, which led to the December council vote to acquire the property through eminent domain. The city and the hotel owners, Sterling and Melissa Mathis, have been unable to come to an agreement about the price of relocating the attraction's contents to the location of another haunted house attraction owned by the Mathises.
Mathises?
The Dungeons of Doom.
Mhm.
The Dungeons of Doom is another attraction.
Keep going.
It's a former dog food factory at 701 West Wall Street, which is a few blocks west from the Hotel of Terror. So Dungeons of Doom is a dog factory?
It's an attraction owned by Mathis.
Oh, but it was a dog factory. Oh, former means before, right?
Yes.
Okay, was a dog factory. Okay. Through the seizure process, a panel would determine what its members believe to be a fair price for the property, and that recommendation can be applied to a jury according to past Springfield Business Journal reporting. but that is only if voters uphold council's declaration of eminent domain. The ballot language approved by council asks Springfield residents if the city should declare the necessity of acquiring certain real property for the purpose of replacing the Main Avenue Bridge over Jordan Creek. A previous council declaration of eminent domain was passed in February of 2023 and then was replaced 3 months later upon the
Mathis's
submission of a successful
referendum
petition avoiding an election saved the city an estimated of $250,000, according to a past SBJ reporting. However, agreement is still possible. There is to negotiate a deal and avoid the expense of an election, as Mayor Jeff Schrag noted in remarks before the council votes. He said, "I continue to hope that a negotiated solution may be agreed upon for the property at 334 North Main. However, tonight the charter compels us to take action even as negotiations continue." Schrag pointed to one of the sticking points for
relocation.
Why was I thinking of recollection?
It's okay.
Relocation, in noting that the
Mathises
would prefer that the city used a 2018 building code which allows exceptions to certain safety and
accommodation
requirements for amusement attractions, rather than an updated version of the code, which Sterling Mathis has said the city introduced during the negotiation process. Yes. Schrag.
To start here.
Even if the existing building code could be used, the proposed size of the scope that is being proposed would still require that the entire building be brought up to current minimum life, health, and safety codes, which includes fire and accessibility issues. That's what Schrag said. Schrag also said that the Main Avenue Bridge, at the heart of the controversy, is an aging transportation structure that requires replacement due to safety and capacity issues. He also says, this location is where the replacement bridge and its supporting structure must be built. Engineering analysis state the building was constructed directly next to the bridge's structure, leaving
insufficient
space to safely construct the foundations and expand the channel needed for modern replacement. He also said the bridge replacement would increase stormwater capacity and reduce downtown flooding. He also said engineers have stated that replacing the bridge without removing the
adjacent
structure would create unacceptable structure and flood risk issues.
Cultural asset.
All right. Council member Brandon Jensen, representing City Zone 3, where the Hotel of Terror is located, said he wanted to put into the record the cultural value of the attraction. He said of the haunted attraction, he wanted to say, "I don't think it's a question for anybody of whether this is a cultural asset of our community." He called visiting the Hotel of Terror a right
A right?
of passage that he tried once and was, quote, scared witless. So it was pretty scary.
Yes.
Jensen also noted that the value of work being done as part of the Renew Jordan Creek project, which aims in part to improve stormwater infrastructure,
It's okay. Infrastructure.
that he said serves 10 square miles of the city while also creating a public park amenity. He said, and I quote, "At the center of this issue, as I understand it, is a focus on fair treatment. The way that we typically do that is to use a rational, repeatable calculation or dollar amount to determine how much a property owner should receive in terms of compensation when negotiations do not lead to a successful outcome." He also said, a property that has recognized cultural value complicates the matter with that
Intangible.
component, and there's not research that really provides a repeatable, justifiable approach to determining that. For Jensen, the just compensation question is one that part ensures government and entities use taxpayer dollars
Effectively.
without risk of waste, fraud, or abuse. He even said, the issue then is how do we find that rational value? And and that's really where the rub has been on all of this. Jensen contrasted the owner's the owner's original
Appraisal.
for the property and the business at $1.3 million with the council's subsequent offer of $2 million and a fig
Of $2 million. A figure.
Wait, should it just say and a figure?
Nope. It's a comma into it.
Okay. Subsequent offer of $2 million, a figure that he said attempted to take cultural value into consideration. The Mathesis then returned with a counteroffer of more than $3 million because of changes in the code that would apply to construction of the new attraction. Sterling Mathis said that he has said that he was prepared to move ahead under the previous code and even bought building materials that have been degrading with non-use. Jensen also said that Mathis's proposed site plan would include 11,000 square feet of tenant space to be rented out accounting for 20% of the floor plan. Jensen also says, I struggle to understand why citizen tax dollars should be responsible for covering those costs that would normally be borne with an E.
Yes, borne.
By a private property owner. I will always be in favor of responsible stewardship of tax dollars. He said, also adding that if necessary, voters can decide how they want their tax dollars to be spent. He concluded that the Renew Jordan Creek project is too important to allow one property owner to stand in its way. I already had said that part.
Okay. And that is the end of that article. From the Springfield Daily Citizen, letter Springfield's Convention Center plan is shrouded in uncertainty. Written by a citizen.
Oh yeah, I know what opt means.
It's okay.
Or opted.
It's okay. Opinion by Art Ferris, Springfield. Let's all admit that there are no real hard facts when it comes to a $175 million municipal project. The cost of the project eventually becomes fixed when the contracts are signed and the bonds are issued, but everything else is pure conjecture. Most movers and shakers of Springfield are behind this project because they are expected to be. Maybe they're right, but I can't believe that as business people they don't cringe at the size of this financial risk. But let me offer you this outlook after seeing and reading about this highly controversial project. 1. Springfield currently has several meeting venues, including the current exhibition center, Old Sears Building, an exhibit hall attached to the University Plaza Hotel. These are each considering underperforming. Additionally, Atrium Hospitality, who manage these assets, seem to have some issues with the city about the management of the city assets, which leads one to wonder if the assets might not be underperforming if better managed. Will the new center be managed any better? 2. Although at this stage we have architecture renderings, however, Director of Quality of Place Initiatives Tim Rosenberry stated that what wasn't shown doesn't necessarily represent the final product, but rather something that helps the taxpayers visualize the project. Remember, the project involves renovation and expansion of a 75-year-old building. I would hope for more clarity on the center's design and structure and the risks of such an ambitious project using an old and outdated facility before voting on a 30-year financial commitment. 3. We are being asked to vote on this tax with only one leg of the project tied down. It makes me nervous that there is no clear picture of the 400-room hotel that according to the consultant is critical to the success of the center. The mayor has pledged that no general funds will be used to provide for the hotel. Take this with the same grain of salt that you do with any office holder's pledge. The consultants have already said that no private party will take on the hotel without public dollars. Those dollars may not come from the general fund, but they will have Springfield tied to them some way. Plus, if this project goes sideways, taxpayers will be holding the bag. 4. The success of the entire project is predicted on the financial forecast made by Hudden Partners. Remember that projections are just that. Projections which are based on history, assumptions, and the situations at the time. So consider the comments by Dr. H.T. Sanders, a Texas academic who has extensively studied the convention business. The convention business was significantly damaged during the pandemic. The expectation was that over time such businesses would recover, but Sanders stated that through 2025, the businesses had not recovered to the same levels as before the pandemic. This failure for the industry to recover results from the companies and organizations adapting during the pandemic to other methods of meeting without attending in person. Sanders also gives 2 examples of the risk of projections. 2 regional convention centers identified by Hudden and competitors to Springfield, St. Charles Convention Center and Overland Park Convention Center, have faced disappointing economics as measured by rooms occupied. Both locations are operating at 50% or less for the original projections. Such results for Springfield will put pressure on the sales tax and other revenues to cover the payback that is needed to pay for the center. Sanders also expressed concern about using 30-year periods for payback calculations because of the changing economics, cultural, and geographic conditions. I want Springfield to be successful. I want the city to provide a safe, viable community for our families. I would encourage us to not vote for this tax proposal and for us to demand the city search deeper for ways to spend the money that bring in businesses that have good paying jobs, greater than those in the service industry, and continue to support and expand the industries of academics, religion, and even tourism. But not this way. And that is the end of that letter.
You mean article?
It's a letter.
Oh, it's a letter?
Yes, that's why I said letter.
Okay. Aw, this is a cute one. Next article is from Good News Network. It's by Andy Corbley. Vancouver's teddy bear doctor stitches together more than just plushies, but memories too. Aww. The article first shows a picture of a teddy bear on some sort of regular bed or hospital bed, whatever. Uh, some sort of bed, any type of bed.
It's on a hospital bed with clean sheets and a pillow.
He even has a little band around his arm and has a
bandage.
like a little bandage on his head. Oh. Ruth Hasman has repaired hundreds of stuffed animals over the years since she retired. Whether it was an overzealous child, a close encounter with a dog, or just too much loving, there's no damage she can't fix. From a mass-produced SpongeBob SquarePants to a 115-year-old hand-sewn bear cuddled through 5 generations, Hasman says her favorite part of her work is the stories behind each toy. She's made every kind of repair on a stuffed animal you can think of, from retaching eyes, limbs, and heads to fur grafts, to stitch-ups, stuffing transplants, and even voice box repairs. If she doesn't have the material on hand because it's either the wrong texture or color, she will scour through local thrift shops until she finds a donor. She told CBN, not CBN, I meant CBC News, Michelle Gomez, "I learned something new almost every time I fix one. It's a pleasure talking to the people, finding out the history of the bears. There's a lot of stories." There's a bold title above that says, "Teddies are people too." And the article goes on to say, it's not uncommon for Hasman to repair a bear and receive a thank you card from its owner, a gesture that makes all the needlework worth it. CBC says she's currently training an orderly to take over the work when her fingers have lost their
Dexterity.
But for now, she's going to keep the operating theater open, since the stories behind each and every bear, dog, monkey, and elephant just pulls her heart. The article ends with a video by CBC British Columbia on a YouTube video that's titled "Teddy Bear Hospital Has Saved Thousands of Stuffies." And it shows
the mentioned interview talked about in the article. And everything that is described in the article is currently going on in the video.
She's talking to one of the news reporters, and the camera is showing a bunch of toys such as a Baby Yoda doll, Oscar the Grouch from Sesame Street, SpongeBob SquarePants, or just a regular old bear doll.
And as she talks about how she repairs them.
Uh-huh.
And that's all we're going.
Wonder if she has any ponies.
I don't know. All right. From the Springfield Business Journal, finalists named for Springfield's Teacher of the Year. Article by Claudette Riley. 5 educators and Springfield Public Schools have been named finalists for the 2026-2027 Teacher of the Year. They were selected from among 240 nominations. Superintendent Granita Lathan surprised each of the finalists along with Shannon Ben, president of the Springfield National Education Association. They were celebrated in their classrooms or workspaces. Finalists posed for photos with SPS leaders, principals, and colleagues. The winner will be announced April 29th during the annual Celebrate SPS banquet hosted by the Foundation for Springfield Public Schools. The event will begin at 6:30 p.m. at the Oasis Hotel and Convention Center. In announcing the finalists, SPS provided photos and a quote from each educator. Sean Berry is a speech and debate teacher at Hillcrest High School. "I believe education is one of the few professions where you can meaningfully shape both individual lives and the culture of a community at the same time. Destiny Cathy is a first grade teacher at Gray Elementary. I want to create a classroom where relationships come first, where students feel safe to take risks, and where mistakes are treated as part of growth rather than proof of inadequacy. Jane Foywa is a special education teacher in the Business Associated Student Education, or BASED program. Knowing that my students see me as a constant, trusted presence in their lives is the most meaningful measures of success I can imagine. Katie Newbert is a math teacher at Kickapoo High School. I am motivated by the opportunity to help students reframe how they see themselves. My goal is to help them build confidence through persistence, encouragement, and purposeful support. Clarissa Pullman is a world language teacher at Pershing K-8 school. My biggest joy comes when I hear how my former students continue their language learning and use it in their own ways in their adult lives. Springfield's top teacher will compete for Missouri Regional Teacher of the Year, and that winner will advance to compete for Missouri Teacher of the Year. Springfield's current Teacher of the Year is Danielle O'Neill, a physical education teacher at Sherwood Elementary. At the Celebrate SPS event, other awards will also be presented, including 2026 Turner Reading Teacher of the Year Award. Finalists are Allison Crane at Carver Middle School, Shayla Harris at Boyd Elementary, and Dawn Lindsay at York Elementary. Linda Luke Librarian of the Year Award. Finalists are Laura Garrett at Gray Elementary, Katie Tim at Jared Middle School, and Morgan Johnson at Mann Elementary. And that is the end of that article.
Wow, that was short. Not once again, I meant back again to Springfield News-Leader. It's an event published by Susan Such. Join Springfield in kicking off the Route 66 Centennial celebration. Wait, did I just rate this one?
No.
Okay. Springfield, which is known as the birthplace of Route 66, will be hosting the kickoff to a national celebration of the Historic Road Centennial. From April 30th to May 2nd, the city will be host to concerts, classic cars, exhibits about Route 66, and landmark dedications. Here's a list of what's going on in the Queen City as it kicks off the historic road's 100th birthday. Events are, it says in the article, events are marked with an asterisk and they are free to attend. Among the kickoff events, there is also a 2-day long event that will celebrate the restoration of Jefferson Avenue footbridge, the red, white, and blue. I meant red, white, and bridge bash runs from May 1st to May 2nd on Commercial Street, titled Springfield's Other Downtown, and will feature live music, history exhibits, shopping, and food in addition to the listed events. There's an asterisk next to a title that says Route 66 Centennial Traveling Exhibit, happening on April 30th to May 2nd. It will take place at the Gilloy's Theater, located at 325 Park Central East. There, you can learn about the woman of Route 66 with this traveling pop-up exhibit based on the film series Route 66, The Untold of Woman on the Mother Road. The exhibit will feature immersive storytelling, historic artifacts, and art, as well as family-friendly activities. Admission to the exhibit is free. Secondly, today's show, third hour, to be broadcast live from Birthplace Plaza at 8 in the morning on April 30th at the Birthplace Plaza corner of Jefferson Avenue and St. Louis Street. NBC's Today Show will host its nationally televised third hour live from the birthplace of Route 66 Plaza in downtown Springfield. The broadcast will feature hosts such as Al Roker and Dylan Dreyer. It will also include live interviews, special segments, and a quote look at the iconic American landmark. American? Yeah. The taping is free to attend, but the participants must register to attend. The Birthplace Plaza dedication will be taking place also on April 30th, but the time will be 4 p.m. It'll be located at the Birthplace Plaza, corner of Jefferson Avenue and St. Louis Street, just like I said about the other one.
It's okay. We're just going to take it event by event.
Yes. In 1926, leaders gathered at the
Colonial
Hotel and set the telegram that officially
christened
the highway as Route 66. Now, where that hotel used to stand, Springfield has built a plaza honoring that history and dedication of that plaza and its sculptural work, mural, and interpretive kiosks will take place on April 30th, 100 years to the date and time that the telegram was sent to Washington, D.C. Wait, so they're going to make it like a back in time thing?
It's going to occur at the same time on the same date in the same place as it originally did.
Right. What telegram?
From telegram that they did 100 years ago. They're not going to do another telegram. This is the Birthplace Plaza.
Yeah. National Route 66 Centennial Kickoff Celebration Concert will also be on April 30th, but it'll be starting at 5 p.m. at the Great Southern Bank Arena, 685 South John Q. Hammonds Parkway. Celebrate the start of the Route 66 Centennial with the National Route 66 Centennial Kickoff Celebration Concert. Oh, actor John Goodman and Springfield City Council member Callie Carroll, I know who John Goodman is, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Will host the concert. Performers will include bands such as Little Big Town, Gary LaVox of Rascal Flatts, Gretchen Wilson, and the Ozark Mountain Daredevils. I could have sworn I read this earlier.
It was mentioned in a different article, but this is different.
For more information about the concert or additional kickoff events, visit Route66kickoff.com. Queensgate 66 Monument dedication will start at 11 a.m. on the first day of May. It'll be held at St. Louis Street, west of Glenstone Avenue, near Best Western Rail Haven Motel. Got ringing in my ear.
It's okay. Keep going.
Near the iconic Rail Haven Motel, a mainstay for travelers along Route 66, the Queensgate 66 will serve as the east side gateway to the birthplace of Route 66. The monument resembles both a crown and a sunburst, casting light on Springfield's foundational role in the National Highway's origin story. Missouri State University Route 66 Parade pre-party will also be starting on May 1st, and it'll be held at 4:30 to 7:30 p.m. at the Old Glass Place, 521 Street.
St. Louis Street.
Yeah. The whole family is welcome to this free community-wide celebration ahead to the Celebrate America on Route 66 parade. The event hosted by MSU's University
Advancement.
Division will feature live entertainment, free food while supplies last, free painting, ice cream, and cotton candy. Ooh.
Celebrate America on Route 66 Parade.
Like I said before, because it said.
Just keep reading.
It's got a picture of classic cars that are displayed at the Route 66 Car Museum on Wednesday, taken by Marta Mies on March 4th of this year. It'll also start on May 1st. The time will be 6 p.m. It'll be located west on Route 66, St. Louis Street and Park Central East, through to Park Central Square and onto Campbell Avenue in downtown Springfield, where you'll watch a rolling tribute to Route 66, drive along downtown Springfield, and you'll even see cars from 1926 to 1985. The years Route 66 was commissioned as a U.S. highway. It will also include 1920s touring cars, hot rods, chrome cruisers, motorcycles, and more. The parade will also feature performance groups, either marching in the parade, performing along the route, or on a float. Red, White, and Bridge Bash, a classic car rally, will also start on May 1st, and it will start at 6 to 9 p.m. on Commercial Street, where you can check out classic cars along with the cars that are taking part in the Great Race Spring Rally, which is an event that features 80 to 90 teams in vintage cars taking part in a 3-day rally in preparation for the main Great Race in June. Stars and Stripes on Route 66, yes, May 1st. It'll start at 7 p.m. at the Savoy Ballroom, 224 East Commercial Street, where guests can enjoy a silent auction, drinks, hors d'oeuvres from C Street restaurants, and more during Stars and Stripes on Route 66, which celebrates the nation's 250th anniversary, as well as the Route 66 Centennials, Route 66 Centennial. $66 per person. Clever. There's also Red, White, and Bridge Bash, Jefferson Avenue Footbridge Lightning and Drone Show, happening on May 1st at 8 p.m. at, Jefferson Avenue Bridge. As the sun goes down, join the party on Commercial Street, which will feature a music and a light show featuring the footbridge, followed by a drone show. Red, White, and Bridge Bash Classic Car Show, too. There's a picture of a classic car that's displayed at the Route 66 Car Museum on the same day by Marta Mies, March 4th of this year. This event will be from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. on May 2nd. It'll be taking place at Robertson to Benton Avenues, where you'll see cars from 1926 to 1985, and they'll line up Commercial Street, quote, creating a living timeline of American transportation. There's also the Red, White, and Bridge Bash rededicating Jefferson Avenue Footbridge. It'll take place on May 2nd at 10 a.m. on the Jefferson Avenue Footbridge, or at the Jefferson Avenue Footbridge. The Jefferson Avenue Footbridge was built in 1902 to allow pedestrians to cross the 16th track Burlington Santa Fe Rail Yard between Commercial Street and Chase Street, and was the first of its kind in Missouri. The bridge is a symbol of growth and opportunity, said the city of Springfield, and served as a vital pedestrian and bicycle connection prior to its closure in 2016. Oh, there's a lot. There's also the National Route, the National Route 66 Telegraph Ball. There's a picture of a stained glass mural inside the Abo
Ben Adam Shrine Mosque.
And it says, like I said, light illuminates a stained glass inside the building. This was taken on September 8th, 2023 by Nathan Papes. It also says the shrine will be host to the National Route 66 Centennial Telegraph Ball on May of 2026. And yes, yes, May 6th, not May 6th, I meant
May 2nd.
May 2nd of 2026, starting at 6 p.m. at the
Abo Ben Adam Shrine Mosque.
At 601 East St. Louis Street. You can enjoy fine dining, live music from the Angel Swing Orchestra, and a live auction of rare
Memorabilia.
dazzling items, and a once-in-a-lifetime experiences during the National Route 66 Centennial Telegraph Ball. The event is hosted by Missouri First Lady Claudia Kehoe and Springfield's First Lady Mary Helen Schrag will help fund further
Preservation
of the Mother Road. Tickets are $500 per individual or $5,000 for a table of 8. All right, last one. Preview of Dust to Malibu. Deja vu. Yes. It'll start from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. on May 3rd at the Moxie Cinema.
It'll be at 3 p.m. and 6 p.m.
Oh, okay. And it will take place at the Moxie Cinema. I talked about this before in the video earlier. But yes, Dust to Malibu was shot in Springfield in 2024, and it follows the story of a father seeking out his
Estranged
daughter in order to make the trip from Missouri to California in order to spread her mother's ashes. The red carpet premiere will be at May 3rd at 3 p.m. with another screening at 6 p.m. Q&A with the writer and director, producers and actors. They'll follow both screenings, and the film will run at the Moxie for 2 weeks. Tickets go on sale April 7th for the general public through the Moxie website.
All right. Thank you for listening to the Blind Community Thrift Store radio reading service. Tune in every week.
Crumple it up.
Tune in every week, Monday through Friday, on the Blind Community Thrift Store's YouTube channel at 10 a.m. for more up-to-date news from the Springfield News-Leader, Springfield Daily Citizen, Springfield Business Journal, and 417 Magazine. Listen after we are live on the Audio Reader Network at www.reader.ku.edu. All broadcasts are played over KSMU's subcarrier airwaves at 67 kHz on 91.1 from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. Contact Audio Reader Network for information on receiving a pre-programmed radio. I'm Savannah.
And I'm Madison.
And thank you for listening.